do you know what, guys? Come upstairs and I thought, I started getting ready for bed, took my bloody hoodie off. Do you know what, I'm finding it hard taking, like if I've got a jumper on or a hoodie or a cardigan on, I'm finding it hard taking it off this week because obviously I go from being warm to being cooler, like I've not gone cold yet, so it is hard. I know it's going to get harder, you know, when it's winter and I'm like shivering. I've got a t-shirt on, like I tend to wear t-shirts under most things, like when it gets colder. So I do have a t-shirt on, but I did find it hard. By the way, the time is 22:35, so I started to like brush my hair to put it in a plait, and I thought, do you know what, I'll film, because it is extra footage, and like I said, I don't know what's going to happen, and when certain people do certain things, it does affect my mood. So I don't want to like not have a lot of videos, because obviously what if I don't film for like a week or two, or if something happens or whatever. So it's better to be prepared. So, oh god, you don't really need to see me though, do you? I mean, I've not took my makeup off or anything yet. All I've done is brush my hair and put it in a plait, which I do the majority of the time, like 95% of the time. My bathroom window's open, but you know when it's just open and you've pushed it as close as you can do without it closing? Because I do feel hot in the night. Do you know what, I've currently got a 4.5 tog duvet on my bed, but I've got like this duvet cover on. If you've watched me long enough, you've seen it before, and it's quite a warm one. And when I talked to my mum, I can't remember if it was the last conversation we had or the one before. Oh, I think it was at least the one before, because she was talking about her bedding, and last time I spoke to her she weren't talking about bedding, and I was like, oh, I've got a 4.5 tog on my bed. So, oh, you've got a summer one and you need a winter one on. I'm like, well, I don't currently have one, because I've replaced the one that I had on with this one, because I do get hot at night, but obviously in winter I do want a thicker one, so I'm going to get one, but I'm not in a hurry, because I'm finding this one at the moment is warm enough. I feel like give it like a few weeks, I think it probably won't be warm enough. But obviously the duvet cover does actually help, because it's, I don't know how to describe the material, but it's nice and, it's not thick, but it is thick. Because I don't know what duvet covers I've got these days, because I kept putting the same one on, like in summer. It was white with flamingos on one side, and the other side was white with grey kind of polka dots. I've just looked in the cupboard. Oh god, my all-time favourite duvet cover's in this cupboard. Oh, what's that? Let me put the light on. Oh, I've got a grey sheet in here. I might wash that when I wash my bed in. There's a few things in there, but I don't think I've got any. I think... Anyway, the duvet cover that I basically just found is a summer one, and all last summer it was what I constantly had on my bed. Every time I washed it, I'd put it straight back on, because I don't like to pre-wash bedding, put it away, and then put it on when I change my bedding. I like to wash and dry what I've had on, because I like the smell of the freshness of the freshly washed stuff, if that makes sense. But I don't know if I've got any other wintry ones. This one was shoved on the chair in the corner, and I knew it was there, so I washed it, because I was like, I can't keep having that flamingo one on, especially now it's set, because it was September when I put this on. I think I've only had it on 2 weeks, and I will be washing it tomorrow. I'm also going to wash that grey sheet in that cupboard. And I used to have like, is it called brushed cotton sheet? I don't know if I still got that, but I'm going to have a look for that, because that can be whacked on as well, because that'll keep me warmer. But I'm basically not going to buy a duvet yet. As long as I'm staying warm, it's fine. I did used to have a grey throw in here, but now it's on the back of the sofa, because the one that was on the back of the sofa I gave the dog, and it's in her bed. The one she's got currently on the floor that she sleeps on top of a cool pad is a dog where it's got dog paw prints and dog bones that I bought for her. She also has another one somewhere, and I think it's a Christmas print one, is it? It's got some kind of animal print on it and it's grey. I wonder what that is actually. So if I did need another like throw slash blanket for bed, I'd have to buy one. There's one that I've got my own on M&S that I really like. So I'm not in a hurry to buy a duvet. Like I said, as long as I'm staying warm, it's absolutely fine. Obviously, I probably will need to get one when it gets colder. But I've not been cold. I've been sleeping, like I was sleeping with the fan on, but I find sometimes I do get a bit of a headache and a bit of a cold with that. You know, like bunged up. So I think, unless we have some really hot days, this is going to be moved out of here. And then I'll just have the window open at night if I need to, which I tend to do a lot in winter. Not sometimes it's just barely open like it is now, sometimes it's open more. But when I've got this thin duvet, I don't imagine it's going to be open more. So when I stopped filming, I went and took some Panadol, got some water, and came upstairs with the dog. So you've not actually missed much. God, this seems to be the place where you've been put every day recently, or quite a few times recently. Do you know what? I did my makeup 10 hours ago, more than 10 hours ago, and like it doesn't look bad. Like if I was like, do you know, like sometimes you come home and you've got 5 minutes to like brush your hair and like get ready and maybe change or whatever and get out, I would just powder under my eyes, powder my nose, and then whatever was left under on my lower cheeks, on my lower part of my face. I don't think I'd do anything else. I'd put a highlighter back on. The blush is fine, so I could turn it around in like a minute. But obviously I'm not going to be doing that because I'm going to be going to bed. So first I'm going to start with the Clinique Take the Day Off. There's that much left, but I'll tell you what, I'll probably get 3 uses out of that. I have a full one of them left, but I've got 2 of the Chamomile Body Shop ones open. So, hold on, let me... See, I've got to move loads of things if I want to look at the Body Shop one. I've got another one on the go as well, but that's somewhere else. I knew that would fall off. I'm going to use that actually. Do you know what? You get 12 months to use it, and I'm sure I got this November time last year. This is absolutely gorgeous. Oh god, this works better than that Take the Day Off. Because I haven't used this for a long time, like months, because I've been using other stuff. And also because I've not been putting foundation on. But recently I've started to put foundation on very lightly. This actually works better than Take the Day Off, and this is half the price, I think. I mean, this is working amazingly. It's literally just melting. So actually, I would recommend this over Take the Day Off by Clinique, because it's literally melting my makeup off. I forgot how good this was. That's the problem with not using it for a long time. So this is going to be my daily cleansing butter when I've got foundation on. If it's just eye makeup on, I don't always tend to go for a cleansing butter. And the mini one that I got as a freebie with a Body Shop order, but I opened that in May, I think. When I went away, I took it as one of my cleansers. That has just worked much better than the Clinique one. So now I know which one I'm going to be using from now on. I think I used a bit more than I needed to, because I don't have a heavy makeup on, but I was enjoying rubbing it into my face. And then, oh, you're stood on what I need. Have I got another one handy? Have I got another one? Oh, there's one there. I'm using B Collection, whatever these are called. I can't remember what they're called. So I get it wet. Oh, the water's cold, it don't matter. And then I always start where there's no mascara. Now obviously I've just rubbed mascara everywhere, but then again I've not put much mascara on. I always start with my lower face and then I go onto my neck, and then I'll do my forehead, my nose, and I end up using both sides of this. And then when I've done that, I flip it over and do my eye makeup, which there isn't a lot of. I'm sure a couple of videos ago of these videos that I'm filming, I did my morning skincare on video. Well, you can't see me because I can't hold it and show you, and because I'm not editing it, I wouldn't film my face unless I could edit myself. And I try to get every like little bit of my face as close to my hairline as I can without getting it in my hair, which I've just wiped it all over my face. Corners of my eyes. And then, I mean, that isn't that filthy either. I don't know what you can see over there. I mean, that side is because it's mascara. Then, oh, my toothbrush is on charge. I need to get that in a minute. I've got like the Coco Cosmetic sponge cleanser, the old one, because I've still got a full one of these. And then I literally wash this with it. I clean my makeup brushes with this soap as well. Like it's for anything really. I mean, some people are using it on their body, I wouldn't. And I get this thing wet and I coat both sides in soap or cleanser. And then I stop using it and then I squeeze all the makeup out of the sponge. Well, I don't even know what to call it. I can't remember what they're called. Eco discs. So then I can reuse it. I can only find 3 of them, and I'm sure I've only got 4. I need to get some at some point. I can get several uses out of it because it's literally, look how clean it is. You actually stood on one of them. Where's the other 2 then? Where are they? Oh God, I'm sure I'll find them at some point. Then I will wet my face, and then I'll go in with one of the cheapest and most effective cleansers I've ever used. It's less than £3. I think it's like less than £2.50 in Asda. And I've talked about simple skincare in videos. If you're looking for a basic skincare routine and you want something that's not going to irritate you but it's going to cleanse your skin and moisturise your skin, I recommend this, the light moisturising fluid. You also do a gel wash, which is nice if you want to double cleanse and use this one in the gel wash. And the micellar water's nice from the water boost range is amazing. I actually need to get some stuff from that range. I don't think I've got any at the moment. The micellar water wipes from the water boost range are amazing. The eye cream from the water boost range is amazing. There's a couple other things, but that's more expensive. But if you're just like, you're new to moisturisers or you want to change and you can cope with a light moisturiser, which I can't. The light moisturiser is brilliant. So now I'm going to spray the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, chamomile and lavender. And one of the main reasons I spray this is because it's such a relaxing scent. Then, what am I going to put on? I'm going to do 2 things actually. I've been using this nightly for a week-ish. It's Marine Hyaluronics by The Ordinary. But also, I opened a new thing today. But the video might not be up before this, so I won't show it yet. I'll eventually start showing it in videos in hopes that it's up. But I don't know which to put on first. And the thing that I'm going to put on that I can't show you, I feel it's more suited for daytime, but it does say you can use it at night. So I'm going to go with the Marine Hyaluronics. This is quite watery, very thin. And it says to put a few drops on, like 3 or 4. I've just probably put about 8 on and my face is really wet. And then I lightly rub it in, like I don't rub, I just go over my skin lightly. Then I fan my face with my hands really fast. And then, whilst it's drying, I put my eye cream on, which you might not have seen yet. Did I film this unboxing? I think I did. And then I put some on. I didn't wear eye cream for months because I kept forgetting to get some, and then there's nothing decent in the shops. I think the Water Boost eye creams, is it the Water Boost one? But I never saw anything I liked. So I kept just like, when I was putting oils on, I'd make sure that there was some under my eyes, but they weren't working the same way as an eye cream. Now I've only been using this like a week and a half-ish, week and a half. So I can't comment, but it is keeping my eyes hydrated, so at least it's doing that. So by the time that's done, like applied, I need to put more on that one. I'm going to go in with a Glow Boost Essence, which I won't name yet. I used it earlier for the first time, and it's thicker than what I've just put on. I don't know what I think of it, but obviously first day, I'm not going to know. Sometimes it takes a couple, oh it smells gorgeous, couple of weeks for things to get used to your skin, or your skin to get used to it before it starts to show how well it, or how unwell it's working. So I do need to replace the CBD oil, but I can't justify it at the moment. I've still got a little bit left, and I used it today because I do like it under makeup. See, my skin's now got a bit of a glow to it, which I don't need at night, but because I don't have a serum other than the hyaluronic one, I still have my Big Collection one, but I've got half left. I decided to start using that other one because I weren't going to replace this when it ran out, and because I'm only like a week or so into trying that out, I'm not going to go back to that one until I know how the new one works. Or if it works, if it doesn't work. So that, I said earlier, I filmed when I put that on earlier, it is like a really almost tacky base, so that would be perfect for makeup. Anyway, and then I'm going to go in with the new night cream, which so far I'm not impressed with, even though I love the day cream. And it's the Sweet Dreams Hydrating Night Moisturiser by Bondi Sands. Oh god, I've just squirted loads on. My god. How did I do that? I think, oh god, I have. I don't know if it's too much. I think it's getting to the point of almost being too much. But when I'm waking up in the morning, my skin feels dry or dehydrated. And I like a moisturiser where I wake up in the morning and my skin doesn't feel dry or dehydrated. But like I said, sometimes skincare, I did put too much on, sometimes skincare takes a while for your skin to get used to it. So I'm not going to like say now, oh it's not the right one, because in 2 weeks time it might work, it might not. It's not super dry when I wake up. I've had ones where it's much drier. I feel like if I had a better serum to put on at night, that would help the situation. But I cannot justify buying a CBD oil or any other serum right now, because I carried on spending way too much money, and now I don't know how I'm going to get enough money for what I need. I mean, I think I'm a third of the way there. That's bloody ridiculous. Then, oh, here's another eco disc. That one's, I don't know where the fourth one is. Actually, I think I'm going to sit down because my back's hurting. I'm going to use the B Collection Lash and Brow Serum. I don't know if that unboxing's up. See, there's loads of stuff that I could edit, but I don't know if it'll let me save. And I don't want to waste my time editing when it might not let me save. I mean, when I film this, I'm going to upload at least one more video tonight. I mean, I'd like to upload them all, but they're taking ages because I'm having to watch them. like today's I could easily put up after watching a couple of minutes of, or maybe more, because God knows, like I could put this up immediately, but then they would be in the wrong order, and because I'm not going to pre-date them for when they're going up, they would all be out of sync and I wouldn't know which one had done when, because obviously I've filmed about 5 today, and if I uploaded them all, they'd all have the same date, so I need to upload them in the order they've been done. So I'll watch them on YouTube, which will obviously slow down the upload process with the other phone, but I'll do some and try and upload a few, but I can imagine I'm going to want to lie down by midnight at the latest, if not before, because I do feel tired, and I feel like I've not drank enough today. Maybe that's why I'm not feeling 100% great. So I do my lashes first. Now, I've been doing this for 4-6 weeks, if not longer, but let's say religiously for at least 6 weeks. And I've not noticed a difference, but even if they're not going to grow, I feel like it's nourishing them, because obviously it's got certain ingredients in. I can't remember what, I don't know where the box is. I've seen it recently. So I feel like it's doing some good, but it might not make them grow. And I know these products you have to use for months every day. Now it says you can use twice a day, but because I wear mascara, if I put it on, my mascara wouldn't stick. And then I do my brows, because I'd love my brows to be thicker, but I'd rather have thicker brows than my lashes grow, because my lashes aren't short, they're like thin, but they're not short, they're not long either, but I do my brows because it's Lash and Brow Serum, and I'd love it if my brows thickened up, because I don't have much brows because I'm a natural blonde, so I have very sparse brows, and they're blonde as well. Obviously they won't make them darker, but I do hope that this does something to my brows. I'm so more caring towards how I put the product on my brows. You should always brush in the direction that they grow, and I kind of put some oil where there is no hair underneath, because I'd like them to thicken. Like, I don't mean just in volume, but I mean like thicken width-wise as well. No, it might not work, and it might work. Problem is, if it works, you still have to keep it up, because when you stop doing it, it'll probably revert back to how we were. But I've not seen any change, but, you know, like I said, it could take months. And it is actually slowly going down. And then I'll typically put, I'll typically put hand cream on, which is the Fragrance Society. I talked about this the other day, orange, bergamot and lemongrass. At first I just thought that said beetroot. Don't think there'd be beetroot in it, I'd end up with purple hands. Not necessarily, I know they do put beetroot in some things and it doesn't dye them. So I put that on. Then I use the Bee Collection lip balm in passion fruit. Still need to get some of the lemonade one, pink lemonade. It's the only scent I've not tried. And that's what I do. Sometimes I'll have a shower, sometimes I'll have a wash. Do I want a wash? I might have a quick wash. I'm not going to do that on camera, by the way. And by the way, do you know when I said like Dallas candles? I can't believe how long that just took me. It's probably because I'm talking as well. Dallas candles, I came up and found that the only ever Dallas candles I bought, she doesn't even do this candle jar anymore. It's a frosted glass jar with a lid. She now does tins. I love the look of the tins, but looking at the glass jar, I miss when she used to do these jars. I only ever got one, and it's in candy cane, because I said I hope it's minty, and I had a feeling if I had a candle it was candy cane, and by the looks of it I didn't burn it for long. So I've got that burning in hopes, because I am a little bit bunged up, in hopes that it kind of helps me. It's still 11 degrees. Drizzle starting in 21 minutes, lasting for 20. I mean, I don't know how they can actually predict this. And it feels like 9. But it feels warmer than last night. Sometimes, because I kept putting on my diffuser every night with this oil from nowhere, but I was flying through it. I've hardly got any left, and I can't justify in keeping buying it when I'm trying to save for something. So I do have the B Collection Super Sleepy Pillow Mist, which doesn't smell half as good as the nap time one that Noah used to do, but she's doing diffuser oil instead of room spray. But I get the feeling her diffuser oils are nowhere near as popular as the room sprays, so I'm hoping she goes back to doing the room sprays because I want nap time. Now I think I've got a little bit of nap time left. But this, it's got rose geranium in it as well as lavender, and I don't love it as much. But I have noticed that I do seem to fall asleep quicker when I spray it. Don't know when I spray. Oh God, I don't know why I've sprayed it when I want to stay awake. I am tired though. I've got another here. Oh, what's this one? Anxious Mind's not the one I want. I've had these ages. Anxious Mind kind of was my favourite, but the room spray isn't as nice. I mean, I've had this ages. I think I've had it a bit too long. What else have I got? I've got a few empty ones. I keep keeping them thinking I'm going to use it for some reason. That's got none in. Where's the one with some in? Where did I put it? Might have fallen. Oh, is this it? No, that's empty. That's a bit too empty. Is that neat? That's that time. I feel like it might have fallen under the bed because I knocked stuff off of it the other day. No, it's not. Where is it? I've got a nap time room spray somewhere. With some in, because I saved it because I knew she was going to stop doing them. Where the hell is it? I mean, I don't know why I'm looking because I don't think I'm going to spray it because I will fall to bloody sleep. Just a shame she stopped doing it because I'm flying through the diffuser out because I have it on for hours when I put it on. Oh, what's this one? Oh no, it's an empty one. Where is it? Do you know what? I shouldn't even look for it because I'll probably spray it. It's so weird that I've got all this cash in my room. Do you know what? The police are so dramatic. If they came round and saw it all, they'd probably accuse me of drug dealing. Because that's what the police do. Where have you got that money? I sold my guitar. Prove it, here's the receipt. Oh, you could have made this receipt. I went, what? With the shop's bloody details on it? Of course I did. We're arresting you on suspicion of drug dealing. See, that's what they're like. But, oh God, talking loudly about having loads of money. I mean, this isn't loads of money. It's like 600 and something. It's not loads. I can't believe how cheaply I sold my guitar. But I knew he had to put VAT on top. And he'll probably only make 100 quid on it, so of course he's not going to give me what I wanted. And he said, like, you can sell it privately, but then you'll have fees, and then he's all messing around. And he's right, and I trust him anyway, like, he wouldn't. I've probably been buying from him since I was literally, like, 13 or something. It was ridiculous. I don't know if I can smell that candle. Do you know, sometimes you can't smell it, and you go out the room, come back in, and you can smell it. It don't help that all I can smell is that bloody room spray that I sprayed by the B Collection. That is pretty strong stuff. I don't think I've got much else to say, to be honest. Do you know what? I've been so chatty today, and I'm not normally super chatty. Like, I've not filmed like this for this channel at least for a very long time. And some of you know the reasons why, and some of you follow me in other places and have access to my other accounts, or some of them. And I just don't feel chatting. Obviously there's certain things I won't talk about on here, and I won't go into too much private stuff because people are trying to find out things about me. Not for good intentions, unfortunately. So I won't say, like, say I was going somewhere, I wouldn't tell you in advance. And even if I'd been somewhere, I wouldn't necessarily tell you where I've been, because I don't. Like, some people are just too, like, I don't know, obsessed. I don't know if obsessed is, well, people are saying it's obsession. So obviously, if you, like, if it comes like across like I'm being elusive, I'm not saying as much as I used to, there's reasons why. But I've been so stressed out for a lot of reasons, not just what's going on. There's a lot of things that are stressing me out. And I sometimes find it hard to think, oh, just film. Because when I'm stressed out, I don't necessarily think film. Whereas years ago, remember, I used to just film everything. Well, not everything, but even then I wouldn't tell you everything, but I would like go into a bit more. And like some of you have followed me for that long and know that. But I do now, because I'm so out of the habit of filming, I don't necessarily think film and talk about how you feel. And I'm not going to talk about how certain people make me feel, because they seem to enjoy knowing that they're hurting me and affecting me. So I'm not going to come and talk about that when they stalk me online and stuff. So today, like, it's taken my mind off a lot of my stresses. Obviously when I'm not filming, if I keep myself busy, I don't think about things as much, but there's times where I've just sat down to have a drink and there is something massive stressing me out, and it isn't what's going on here, it's something else. And yeah, I'm just trying to sort something out, and I'm running out of time, and I don't know which way it's going to go. And it's something super important, and it's something that if I did something sooner, it would, like, there wouldn't be any stress now, but there is. And I think I'm trying my best to make something happen, but I don't know if it's going to happen. It's causing me a lot of stress because it's something important to me, and if it doesn't happen, it'll probably really get to me. So I'm trying everything I can to do it. And some of you will work it out at some point if I do manage to pull it off. I mean, making it sound like it's something elaborate, it's just something that I've wanted. I'm not actually getting something, but I'm being careful about how I word it so it can't be worked out, but some of you will definitely, maybe, work it out at some point in the future afterwards. But there is other things stressing me out, and I have been stressed a lot. And I've been so, do you know when you're so stressed out, you just don't know what to do, and you don't know what to think, and you're just so worked up, it's like, I don't know how else to describe it. So when I've been filming, it's actually took my mind off it. I mean, obviously I'm talking about it, but I'm trying not to get stressed. And today, all these videos have actually really, really helped me. And there's things I could be doing instead. Like, I did get on with my skincare and stuff, but there are things that I need to do. But I just feel like I'm having one of those days as well. Like, after the shopping and the rain and everything, I didn't feel up to doing a mass amount of stuff. And I have done some stuff. But I did look at my living room earlier, and I'm like, oh God. And I need to finish the conservatory, and that's a big job. I've spent hours in there. I haven't done any for ages because it's now cold in there, and I can only do it at certain points. And I have to be in the mood. Like, when I first started it, I just was like, right, I'm going to do it, and I went and did it. And then I spent hours the next day, and then I did a bit more, and then I didn't do any for like weeks, and then I was in there every day when it was a bloody heat wave, until it got too hot in there. And it's just such a big job. Like I said, I had to, like, move all the stuff to get to one part to sort out the stuff, and it takes ages to sort through the stuff, and then I have to move more stuff to get to another part, and it's just so time consuming. But I'll be so happy when it's done and everything will look better, and then I can move stuff out my living room, and then I can maybe get some better storage solutions and get rid of loads of crap as well. I'm going to get loads of stuff to transport, loads of stuff to tip. There's not that much really, but just needs doing so that I can sort it all out, and I'll feel better when everything's a little bit less cluttered. And I'm really happy that I found some clothes. Like I said, I just need some basics now. I'm going to end this video here because I think my dad's home. I just heard a car door outside, and I'm guessing it's a taxi. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and also press the bell notification button to get an alert when I next upload a video, which should be tomorrow. Fingers crossed if things go to plan. This is another reason why I've decided to film another video tonight, to make sure I've got another one, because who knows what's going to happen when or how it's going to make me feel. So again, if you've got to the end, well done. You've managed to watch it all. God, I don't know if I'd even watch this. I'd have to be really into the person that I'm watching, because some of this is just chatting, innit? It's me distracting myself. It's funny how I just thought my dad was on, but I don't know if he is or isn't. I mean, he could be. I heard a car door shut. But that doesn't mean it is him. Who knows where he is? I mean, I have a fair idea where he is. He's in one of two places. And seeing as he's not appeared, well, appeared, I mean, he's not going to float up here. I mean, he's not set off the ring alarm. I'm presuming he's not here unless he got out the taxi and fell down a hole. I don't know why I'm laughing. There's no holes outside. Not that I know of. Do you know what? I'll tell the story really quick. So, I used to drink in a pub. I don't know if he's still, well, he's been in there a couple of times, but it's really gone downhill. Like, the landlady just doesn't give a shit. She doesn't even clean it. Apparently, it's absolutely filthy. And there was two men. I won't give the real name. Pete and Pete. They're not called Pete, but they're both called Pete. Well, not really, but that's the fake name I'm going to give them. And they also have nicknames in the pub, like to do with the job. So say one of them's a taxi driver, so it'd be taxi driver Pete. I mean, he's not a taxi driver. Say the other one's a dog walker. He wasn't, but he'd be called Dog Walker Pete. And that's if there's people, like there was another one with the same name, obviously not Pete, but we'll just give him the name Pete, and he was I won't give his real job title because he's dead. So's one of the other Petes. He's not really called Pete, but the other one was a lollipop man. He wasn't really, but he would be lollipop man Pete. I nearly said the real name then. And then there was another one. What was he called? I can't remember what his name was. But when there's more than one with the same name, they all get a name based on what the job is. So anyway, when I used to like see both Petes, the two Petes that my dad typically drank with, he'd like drink with the other ones, but obviously one of them's dead. I don't know what happens to the other one. Well, two of them are dead, but the two that he mainly, like, if I ever popped in there to, like, pick some up or see him for, like, a minute or two, like, you know, like, I might go in to ask him a question or whatever, I might have even gone in and had a drink, whatever it was. If it was with Pete and Pete, it'd be a bit confusing because I wouldn't call them by their nickname because that would be the nickname that they have in the pub. So I started to call one Big P and Little P. The name isn't the right name and the letter isn't the right name. So anyway, Little P, oh my god, this is just, it's getting confusing because I'm almost saying the real letter. There was one time he'd been out drinking and somehow, no one knew how because he never ever said how, he ended up falling down behind two cars, you know, in between two cars when they're parked, and he got stuck. I don't know why I'm laughing because it is making me laugh. And someone from the pub, I don't think it was far from the pub, heard someone go, like this little voice going, hello, hello, help me. And then they were like looking round for Little P. Oh god, this is just getting ridiculous now. And then they spotted him like literally trapped in between these two cars. And they were literally laughing, like they couldn't stop laughing because it was just the most hilarious sight. And I'm saying, like, how the hell can you get trapped between two cars like that? Like, how? Anyway, he got helped out. Like, how can you do it? Like, I can't work it out. Like, sure, if you fall down there, you can get your way out, but, and then Little P was, like, really embarrassed about it, and he kept saying, like, he wasn't drunk. Apparently he was drunk. And, he was like, the gap was bigger and then they closed the gap. Like, he was just coming out with all sorts of stuff. But yeah, it just reminded me when I said, like, my dad might have fallen down a hole. It just reminded me of that story of Little P somehow falling between two cars and getting stuck. Like, how can you get stuck? I don't get it. It wasn't like he was a big bloke. I mean, he was called Little P for a reason. I mean, he was a small bloke and Big P is like an average size, slightly bigger bloke. And that's why I named them Big P and Little P. But Little P has died. But my dad kept calling him a miserable old B, which is funny because my dad could be quite grumpy as well, and he stopped spending time with Little P because he said he got really grumpy in his old age. And he was younger than my dad, or was he? Yeah, I think he was younger than my dad. But yeah, Big P still goes in there. Well, he doesn't really go in there. He lives behind there, and the landlady cooks his food for him. He pays her for it, and apparently, like, all the like tables are sticky. There's dust everywhere. There's like, it's absolutely filthy. Like, my dad said she's never washed the curtains since she's been the landlady there. Because her husband, Dad, he used to be landlord. Oh God, he was not popular. Put it politely. He said they're absolutely filthy. He said they're black, but they're not meant to be black. I'm like, that's disgusting. He's like, the floor's sticky, and I'm like, oh my God, who would go in there? And my dad's like, how he doesn't know how she pays the rent on it. He said it's gone downhill because my dad used to go in all the time. They used to have like loads of entertainment on and stuff. I haven't been in for years and years and years, but when we lived closer, I would sometimes go in with my dad, and sometimes we'd have something to eat, or we'd just go in. We'd play pool badly because both of us are crap at it, and the game would take forever to finish. We'd both get bored and like sometimes give up before the end because it just went on and on. But like, my dad has a friend who like manages a couple of pubs. He's a landlord, and he always wanted to take that pub on, and he'd always go in when it was like when they had certain bands and stuff on. And even now, he said he would never take it on because it's so run down. But everyone's confused how she manages to pay the rent because, like, like he said, like the beer's always off. She doesn't clean the pipes or anything. So my dad said, like, he's been in a couple of times, but I mean like a couple of times in a year. Like, he's not a couple of times a week or anything. And he sometimes will go up for one or two with Big P. I nearly said his bloody name then. Because obviously Big P goes back there after if like my dad goes anywhere with him, he always goes back there. So sometimes my dad will go up there with Big P, and have one, maybe two maximum. And he's always careful what he drinks. He sometimes has bottled beer just so he doesn't have to drink draft beer. I mean, if it's that, I'm surprised the brewery haven't took it off her. But yeah, like, even when my dad's saying it's dirty, like, my dad will put up with most things, but he's like, it's absolutely filthy. He said the gents is always filthy. And he said, like, not many people go in, or if they do, it's, you know, like at the end at night or when they've been out all day. And if they live locally, they go in because they're so drunk, it doesn't matter what they drink. But it used to always be packed. I remember, like, going in, it would always be packed and busy, or like, and it's not. She's just let it go. And like, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Because I was talking about Big P and Little P. But yeah, Little P died. I don't know what of. I can't even remember. It was a few years ago. But I just remembered that story when I said my dad might have fallen down a hole. I mean, there isn't any hole unless someone dug one, and I didn't hear them. But yeah, he's not home, and I've just rambled on more, and I need to go and upload a video. And I could still smell that spray that I sprayed, but then again, I sprayed it on a bloody pillar, didn't I? And I don't know if I can smell this candle. Let's pick it up. Oh, a little bit, but I can barely smell that bloody spray. Why did I bloody spray it? Couldn't bloody help myself, could I? So yeah, these videos have helped me today because, like I said, I have been so stressed out. I'm probably going to be stressed out tomorrow. Maybe I'll film more tomorrow, who knows. I do need to do stuff, so... And I find that it slows me down when I'm filming, but it's a good distraction. But like I said, it has helped, and I'm thankful that I have to film all these videos. And that I wanted to get... I thought I'd only get about 3 or 4 done today, and I might have done 6. I mean, I can't remember how many what I said I had before. But it's just been a nice distraction, even though I'm rambling on and you're all probably thinking, oh God. But then again, you don't need to watch, you don't have to listen to me ramble. I'm not going to tell you anything life-changing in any of these videos, so if you're watching them to try and find out anything, I'm probably not going to say anything. Just going to talk random stuff. I don't know why, but I feel hungry. But do you know what? I struggled to eat my evening meal. I had the Chinese style chicken with half a bag of rice. Do you know, bowl in the bag. Bowl in the bag rice. And I like got halfway through and I started to feel quite full, and I ate some more. I gave the dog a little bit, but yeah, I was really full. But I have had half a caramel twirl, a piece of Ribena with a Derby triangle on, and a nice lolly since, and I'm just so full, like I couldn't eat anything, but I feel hungry and I don't know why, because I know I'm full. Our body's weird. And I'm really thirsty. I do feel like I have either got a bit of something or I'm coming down with some. Either way, I hope I feel better in a day, or I hope I feel better in the morning. But I'm definitely going to finish here. I've already said please subscribe, so please subscribe, please click the notification button, and please have an amazing day tomorrow.